Hello and welcome to the 48th Commander Lucrative video for Elite Dangerous. We are still in beta 2.05. Indeed, I should have mentioned in the previous video that it was the first I made for beta 2.05. And initially the differences between beta 2.05 and 2.04 were, well, one thing, and that was improved loading times, except for some of us who weren't affected by that issue to begin with, it was no different. They have, however, since done a few more improvements server side, so it's getting there, slowly but surely. Now, the more observant of you may have noticed that I am now in a Lakon Type-6, which means I now have greater cargo capacity, although it's only up to the amount it is now thanks to a lot of upgrades that I fitted. Indeed, this ship did need a hell of a lot of upgrades when I first bought it. When I got it at Fullerton docking station, it only cost me something like 233,000, basically because I was part exchanging it for my rather well upgraded Cobra. Since that time I have spent in total 1.5 million in terms of buying the ship and getting the upgrades that it badly needed, and I still haven't finished because there are still some upgrades that it most definitely needs. The trouble is, as I'm about to show you, because of where I am, Fisher platform in LHS 64, there's no outfitting here. So not only can I not upgrade it here, I can't even show you what upgrades I have fitted to it. So what I can show you is at the status. I'm back up to 980,000, so I'm close to getting a million back again. I've done my modules in terms of power priorities and all that. Again, with this ship you really don't need to. My usage is 80% out of 100, so again my usage is very low, but I did upgrade my power distributor. You can see there I've got a D3, and the actual power unit itself, which there is an F3, so they're both upgraded a fair bit. I also upgraded the sensors to G2. It's not much of an upgrade, it was H2. I've upgraded the frameshift drive to E4. That helped significantly. Before I upgraded the frameshift drive, my hyperspace range fully laden was 8.55 light years, and the reason I can remember it so precisely is because the distance between two systems that I regularly travel to is 8.5, so I had 0.05 left in terms of my range. So I guess in that regards it meant I didn't have to upgrade it, but I decided what the hell, I'll do it anyway. I fitted a point defence turret because I want to keep my defences somewhat okay. I've still only got my lone pulse lasers. There's the upgraded power generator, which I've already done. The shield generator is not upgraded. I want to, but at the moment I just can't find it. But the thing I'll need to upgrade most of all are the thrusters. I've still got the H4 set. With these thrusters, this ship, there are gas giants that have better turning circles than this ship. So the thrusters definitely need upgrading sooner rather than later, but every time I go back to Fullerton docking station, they either don't have any at all or they don't have any that I can use. Actually, I'll tell a lie, the last time I was there they did have one. It was a D4 and it was 1.6 million credits, so I couldn't afford it. So yes, the other things I've done, I did fit a couple more cargo capacities, and I also upgraded to these two, which could fit up to class 5. They only had 16 ton racks fitted, so I upgraded them to 32 each. These two were capacity 8. I upgraded those two to capacity 16, and then I stuck an extra capacity 4 in because it was the highest I could put there. And the net result of that is I can carry up to 100 tons of cargo. And what this means is that as well as doing all of the bulletin board missions that I keep doing, I'm also doing cargo runs as well, because I have seen some cargo which I can carry to and from these two stations. Now, speaking of which, we want to see how much we can make in terms of credits per run. And straight away I see this very nice one here to Locke's Claim, which is, well, it's in the same system that I'm already in, so it's very handy. And there's another one. So I'll take both of those. Let's just see if there are any more within, that's NLT, that's within, no, okay. Right, so I'll take those two. No point in taking commodities, because the station we're going to, Locke's Claim, doesn't have a commodities board. So I guess we better lock onto the target or destination, or whatever phrase you want to use. They all work. And away we go eventually.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Now, you can't hear it very well here, but you can see this is my ship pitching at its maximum speed. Now you perhaps see why I badly want those thruster upgrades. But when this ship leaves Supercruise, it sounds very much like the Eagle ships from Space 1999, and if like me you are a fan of that program, that's not bad. It also is quite a good indication of how much I'm having to clutch at straws when it comes to saying anything good about the Type-6. As ships go, well, it's not as bad as the Type-9. I mean, it does at least move, but yeah, it doesn't have a lot going for it. But just as the Type-9 is to the Anaconda, this is something of a necessary evil even, if you want to make profits quickly enough to be able to get to an ASP. And as it looks highly likely that there is going to be yet another wipe when Beta 3 starts on October 28th, or more likely October 29th, it means I want to get the ASP sooner rather than later, so I can at least try it out. So I'm rather keen to get these profits in ASAP. Now this short run with these two missions, I will be making over 100,000 just from doing these two trading runs. And I mean, I have 16 minutes is the shortest time. Well, you can't fail to do it in 16 minutes, even if you fuck up the approach, which it looks like I'm doing. Oh no, I'm okay. But yes, so I'll be making over 100,000 credits in just these two missions, and all it's done is, you know, one station to another within the same system. I'm still in LHS 64. I've not had to go anywhere else, so it's easy credits. And this is what I was trying to show in my previous video, but this time around, because I have the greater cargo capacity, I'm able to show it even more so. What I am also showing there is how much this game stutters still. I mean, I'm playing this with SLI GTX 780s and it's running like this. What a fucking joke. And if I was running this, you know, on a laptop that was using, say, a Core i3 and you know, on-chip graphics, yeah, I could understand it running like this, but I'm not. And yet, Frontier Developments decided that the slow loading issue, which affected hardly anybody, was more important. There you could hear the sort of Eagle from Space 1999 engine sound.
Request granted.
Now it's time to play the good old Hunter docking bay game. I think that's it there. Yeah. In fact, compared to some, this time around it's been rather easy. Right, I think we need to start slowing down a bit. Lower the landing gear, get us into position somehow. This has probably been the best approach I've made to this landing pad throughout my entire trips here. Come on, there we are.
Engines disengaged.
Right, so another thing that's been fixed is the refueling bug. A trip from now it's only 29 credits between these two. A trip from here to Fullerton City in my Cobra used to cost me 330 something credits. In this ship it used to cost me over 1,000, and there you go, broken the million mark again, 1,094,048 credits. But anyway, they've now sorted that out, and now a trip from Fullerton City to this system only cost me 300 and something credits. So we're back to, you know, having some good old proper fuel amounts. Right, there are plenty of missions to Fisher platform, which is where I'm going to next. I wasn't going to, but I found two missions that were paying big money to do it, so yeah, I'm doing it. There's no shortage of these missions here. There's another one. They don't give me much time for any of them, but then you've seen how quickly it is to get there, so I mean, do it. That's Fullerton. That's Fullerton, that clearly is going to be right. Does that mean I've picked them all up? Yes, I have. Right, okay, no need to fart arse around, let's go back to where we came from. 1, 2, 3, 9 missions, and I will get well over 120,000 for doing these. You sort of wonder if Frontier Developments couldn't have made the launching sequence any slower if they tried.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
But if you are in a Cobra, for example, or anything smaller, once it's actually spun you around in the right way, you can then launch straight off. You don't have to wait for those, whatever those things are in front of you, to be lowered. Right, let's jump.
Charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
And away we go. So we have 1,094,048 credits. So keep an eye on that, and we'll see how many we make when we reach the other side. And bearing in mind, I'm only using 78 of the 100 tons cargo capacity. So we should make it to this place in no time at all. It's already less than 3 minutes. Make that less than 1 minute. Actually no, that was hours it was showing. Oh well, it's going to be less than 1 minute anyway, so. 177 light seconds away. We're now under 5 seconds at this speed. We're not even doing light speed yet. We are now. Did I say it was under 5 seconds? That was minutes again. I'm not with it today. At least I'm not going to get any fucking interruptions, unlike my last video. My mum seems to have become something of a cult figure among people who view my videos. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Who am I kidding? It is most certainly not a good thing. Right, looks like I'm going to need to go the long way around. Yeah. This is something I taught myself after finally realising that going in a straight line and therefore making sure that you become affected by the gravitational field of the planet is definitely not a good idea. Unless you fancy being stuck out here barely moving for ages. Right. We are within 7.5 kilometers as we are now. We'll get docking permission.
Request granted.
And the reason I do it this far out is so I can get some idea of where the docking station is, and I can't fucking see it anywhere. According to the compass, it's close by here, so it must be on the other side of that landing platform. But facing away from us. Now I must admit, I have bumped into an outpost once before. I didn't hit it so hard that I was destroyed, but nevertheless I did bump into it. Not my finest moment. Right, I cannot see which end is... Oh, okay, that's... I'm looking at it backwards. Now I'm alright. Set, right, let's try this. I don't think that's going to work. Alright, let's try this then. This is certainly not my most graceful approach to a docking station, or even an outpost. There we go, we made it.
Engines disengaged.
So we have 1,094,017. Let's see how many we have after doing all our cargo runs. It's already gone up significantly. So from 1,094 to 1,240. That's quite a few. I have no idea how many it is exactly because I can't be asked to sit here and figure it out, but it is quite a few. Right, and we got another one to Locks claim, another big one, 65,000. No way I'm going to say no to that. So any more to Locks claim, that's the big question. Not him. That's it, right, so there's only those two, was it two or was it three? Two, but one of them's paying big money, so I'm doing it. Okay, here we go, back to Locks claim we go. And by now you're probably thinking this video is extremely boring. Yeah, I have to say that doing the old grinding and doing the old repetitive cargo runs isn't the most exciting aspect of the game, but if you want to make big money and get yourself to decent ships, you're going to have to do it, especially with the bulletin board missions. You may be noticing I haven't been buying any commodities from here, because for a start there isn't a commodities board at Locks claim. God's sake, see how slow it is to just turn round. Of course you realise that I'm trying to do it without having the target selected. You didn't see me do that, okay? Oh, I've got to get these thruster upgrades on soon. Anyway, let's go before I fuck it up anymore.
4, 3, 2,
I've completely lost my thread of what I was saying now. I'm sure it wasn't that important anyway. Oh yes, that's right. I've not been buying any commodities from the commodities market. And that's because Locks claim where I'm going to doesn't have a commodities market. Only Fisher Port does, or Fisher's whatever it was called does. And there's, because Locks claim doesn't have one, it's only worth getting commodities if I know for a fact I'm going back to Fullerton City. I keep calling it Fullerton City because I can't for the life of me remember the name of the fucking system. It's in this LTT something, and then it's got something like a phone number after it, so I'm not going to be able to remember that. I can't even remember my own mobile number, let alone a fucking number like this. More stuttering. don't think that it is on the other side of the planet, so we can head straight towards it. Feels like an age when I had to scan that planet because it was coming up as unknown. In fact, because I'm not likely to scan anything in this ship, it may not be a bad idea to sell my planetary scanner. Get myself a bit more cargo space. But it's only going to be something. It's only going to be something like 4 tons at most. I'll be able to put on. It seems barely worth it. There's my cargo. Well, there's my landing pad. Oh, let's get there a bit quicker. I think that's close enough. I have a horrible feeling I'm going to overshoot it. Yes, I am. Bloody hell, I don't know if I am actually. Look at that, I almost timed that perfectly. There you go, just as I planned it. There we go. Right, so we have 1,240,000. What do we have after this? We're into the 300,000s now. So I mean, I'll take this. Now, what I really want to do is go back to the Fisher port so that I can then get some commodities on board if I then have to head back to Fullerton City. So let's take these and go back to Fisher platform. 979 credits, is it worth doing? We need the bartering thing that we had in Frontier where you can say to them, I'll do the mission but I want more money for it. Because the way I'm going, I could easily say to them, no, you pay me at least 10% more or you can stick it up your arse. Or worse to that effect. Oh, right, that's a big one. Oh god, am I going to have enough cargo space? No, I fucking ain't. And I ain't got enough for this. Oh, I got enough for that one though. Okay. That one okay, I've got room for him. I've got room for him. Yeah, there's quite a few appearing there.
Warning, cargo hold at maximum capacity.
They're all going to be haulers, aren't they? They're not, yeah, there's no... oh, there's 2 more big paying ones and they'll have gone by the time I come back. Oh, well. Right, we've got 100 tons anyway, so that's plenty of them. Alright, back to Fisher's we go. Fisher platform, here we come. But I think I, have made my point, rather, about just how lucrative this system is. I haven't, hyperspaced out of here at all, and I made, what, 300,000? More than that even. And the most I've ever had in terms of credits in my balance is 1,503,000. Well, 200,000 more and I'll have beaten that.
Drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So here we go, back to our old favourite. I'll tell you what, if any of you haven't tried this reduced sugar Lucrative cloudy lemonade, my advice is don't go near it, it's fucking horrible. The only reason I've got it is because it was free. Anyway, I seem to be drifting off the point somewhat, which is so unlike me. Okay, I think we need to start slowing down. I have noticed you do need to start slowing an awful lot sooner than you did in Beta 1. But I am starting to get the hang of the new Supercruise. Although, like a number of things, I prefer the Beta 1 version to the Beta 2.
Request granted.
Docking request granted. I can't see the fucking docking bay anywhere. You got up here. Is it bollocks as much? It's on the other side of that, well, I would say that big sticking out block thing, but the whole system, the whole bloody outpost is just a collection of big sticking out block things. I think that's what David Braben had in mind when he was coming up with this thing, and he actually had it down in the official briefing. Outposts will be made up of big sticking out block things. I'm making alright pigs here of this approach. Sometime today would be nice. Okay, yeah. Right, we're going there. And more stuttering. Oh, God. There we go. Somehow I managed to land that. Right, let's do our refuel and let's waste no more time in paying these. So it was at 309,000. What will it be after this? That's the big one. That's another big one. So I made 134,000 on that trip. Right, it looks like all the rest now are going back to Fullerton City, and this one will pay me 10,000, so I'm going back to Fullerton City as well. Done a good few trips out here, but it's time to go back to where I might be able to get some upgrades. Oops, that's not the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted. Yeah, Fullerton. Yep. Yep. Trustworthy haulers. That's me. You don't get much more trustworthy than I am. Fullerton. I don't even bother reading the description. If it says you need to go to Fullerton, then I'll go there. You fucker. That would have been handy. Right, let's just have a look. How much time do I have for each of these? 12 minutes is the shortest. Oh, fuck it. Right, now to fill up the rest of my cargo bay with commodities, and when I'm going back from here to Fullerton, I take polymers. Never going to make a fortune on them, but
warning, cargo hold at maximum capacity.
We'll still make a profit. Alright, time to piss off. This could well be the last mission I do in this video, because so I think I've made my point. It would help if I again remembered to set the destination. At least this time I wasn't trying to turn over towards it. Oh, I've got to get those new thrusters, and fast. I bet they won't fucking have any when I arrive here. Anyway, here we go. This one's a little bit further because you arrive some 7,000 or maybe more like 6,000 light seconds away from the system. So it takes a little bit longer to get there, but it's still like no time at all really.
3, 2, 1,
No, my luck, I'll get an interdiction this time and then I really will be fucked. Okay. Oh, stop fucking me about. Here we go. Right, where is it? Up here. Right, 6,148 it was before the stutter then came along. Stick the throttle up to maximum. I was about to have a fag, but I need to empty my ashtray while I'm going in a straight line and that far from the system. This is as good a time as any. See, not only do these videos prove to be educational, but they also provide a fascinating insight into the life of Commander Lucrative as well. Two for the price of one. They do have one thing in common: they are almost certainly going to interest nobody, but nevertheless they are here anyway. So even though we are still over 3,000 light seconds away, less than a minute to go, mind you, that is at this current rate of speed. We're doing 77 times the speed of light. I think we just go over 100 times the speed of light before we then have to start decelerating. But this trip we may not, here we are, yeah, 100. And now it's time to slam on the brakes. There's plenty of ships following me. 6 of them. One's an Anaconda. No danger in me getting that ship in beta 2. 48 million. Fucking yeah, I'm gonna raise that, aren't I? That means you will need 4 million just to cover the insurance if your ship is destroyed, and that's before you've upgraded anything. We can safely say the Anaconda's running costs are going to make it almost as prohibitively expensive as the initial 48 million to actually buy the fucking thing. And as for how much the upgrades are going to cost, fuck that, you're probably looking at well over $1 million for each one. Anyway, I do digress somewhat. I think I'm going to have to go around again. This is... oh, no, maybe not. Again, it doesn't half look like it's fucking stuttering like that. GTX 780s in SLI and it runs like that. You're having a fucking laugh, mate. And there we have the starport of Fullerton City. I have to say I'm not sold on the docking station design. I think the other one that I can't remember, the Orbis, that's it, design looks better. But I mean, that's not to say it looks awful. It certainly doesn't look awful, but I prefer the Orbis. Certainly looks better than the Coriolis anyway. Ah, you prick. Sometime today would be nice. Put a bit more power in engine stuff, so I can actually move. Now I'm overshooting it. Oh, maybe I'm not, but I haven't asked for bloody docking permission yet.
Request granted.
Docking bay 41. Where are you? You're going to be up here. Yep, really bloody awkward to get to. time window is 10 minutes. If you can't dock in that time, you should not be playing this game.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Right, last bulletin boards. So that leaves me at 1,473,095. So I'm now only some 30,000 shy of what I was at when I then bought the Type-6 and all its upgrades. So I've not done too badly. So that means we want to go and check out the upgrades that are actually available now. In case anyone's wondering why I've never actually bothered looking at the news, it's because it's not very interesting, to be honest. And given that my videos tend to be a bit boring, for me to say that something is not very interesting is quite a statement. Anyway, let's have a look at the outfittings. Do they have any thrusters? They do. And it's not bad actually, 178,000. I'm having you. There we go. So at last I've upgraded those fucking things. God, did they need it? Now the thrusters that I used on my Cobra were only G, so they only went up by 1. This is F, so it's gone up by 2. Because with the frameshift drive at E4, I was actually more manoeuvrable when I was travelling in Supercruise with the frameshift than I was using my thrusters. That's nice, I'm glad I got that. Alright, now, see if we can push our luck, see if they got a good shield generator that I can afford. Now see, this I don't get. This is an E3, now I have to use class 3s. So an E3 would be better in terms of like the optimal output and all that business. It's the same as mine. The integrity's better, the rating's better, the mass and power draw is not as, they're worse. I can live with that. But for some reason, and I can afford it, easily afford it, I'll still have over 1 million left if I bought it, it's saying I can't buy it. I don't know why. That's annoying. Because I want that fucking thing. Okay, I can't get that then. If any of you know why, let me know. So that and the life support, I don't know if they've got any here. Yes, they do. Are the only things that are needing, or that I haven't upgraded yet. Do I want to upgrade? Well, the mass is the same. Power draw's a bit higher. I mean, not a huge amount. It's less than 0.2. I'll get 25 minutes of oxygen time. If I can't make where I'm going in 25 minutes, mind you, if my cabin is depressurised, then I'm as good as dead anyway. Don't know if I want it. 56,000, it's not going to kill me, is it? Fuck it. Let's buy it. Okay, so that's life support upgraded. That means now that the only things I haven't upgraded are the fuel tank, and that's because I can't, because well, I don't even have the 16 tonne that I've got. So it's the fuel tank, the shield generator, and the basic discovery scanner. Oh, and my weapons. Now I'm debating whether or not to actually buy some slightly better weapons and give myself a bit of a chance at defending myself. And if that is the case, I will definitely want missiles, and of course they haven't fucking got any. Fuckers. What have they got? I'll want gimbals. If they've got gimbaled overcharged burst lasers, I'll grab a couple. Oh, what's the price? They haven't. Don't think I really want to be fitting beam lasers to this thing. Well, they've got gimbaled overcharged multi-cannons. Pulse lasers that are overcharged. So burst lasers there are overcharged, but they're not the gimbaled ones. Low heat gimbaled burst lasers. See, all of these actually seem to be worse than the weapons I would be replacing them with. See, these things are useless against shields. They're good against hulls, but a turreted pulse laser would be handy. Would go after anything that came near me, but fuck it. Where are the gimbal overcharged pulse lasers again? Here they are. In every single way, they are either the same or worse than what I've got now. So why on earth would I fit them instead of what I've already got? Alright, pulse lasers, low heat. Well, the areas that they're better is power draw, rate of fire and thermal load, none of which are that important. See, burst lasers overcharged have better damage per second. That would make them worth having. But my aim isn't that great, especially in this fucking crate, so bollocks to it, right, I'll leave that. So anyway, so my ship is quite nicely upgraded. I do need to fix my power modules now. My power usage has gone up to what's it up to? 84%. Right, well, thrusters go to 2. What else did I? Oh yeah, life support. Or life support. Yes, yeah, I did want that at 1, didn't I? No, I didn't. Life support. No, yeah, life support did want to stay at 1. And I think that is everything upgraded that needs it. Sensors are back up to 1. They should be at 4 because I forgot to change it when I upgraded them. Power plant can't be upgraded. None of those can. I think that is me done. Friendship drive at 5, cargo hatch at 5, life support at 1, shield generator at 1, thrusters 2. Yeah, that's me done. So there we are. So after those couple of upgrades, my balance is back down to 1,237,650. It's still an extremely handy balance. And I think the net result of that, as far as how much the asp would cost to buy now, should have come down in price a bit. Yeah, it's now 4.5 million, so it's come down by about 200,000, which is actually no, it's come down by a bit more than that, about 300,000, which isn't very much really. Feels like it's going to take some doing to get that. Oh well. Anyway, that brings this video to an end. I think you've seen for yourself how good the Type-6 is, or isn't, and also what a nice little gold mine the LHS 64 system is. So, with that brings this video to an end. This is Commander Lucrative signing off.